In Borderlands 2, you return to the planet of Pandora, a world filled with guns and things to shoot. Is it worth your time?
I can't just have some psychopathic murderers getting to the vault before I do. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cute that y'all think you're the heroes of this little adventure, but you're not. Welcome to Pandora, kiddos.
Here's a funny thing. I really didn't like the first Borderlands. I could not get into it. I played a decent amount of it, but something about it didn't click with me.
I had played a good amount of it too. I didn't dislike it. I was just always kind of whatever towards it.
Mm-hmm.
I think something else had come out around that time, so whatever else came out got more of my attention than Borderlands.
You were
did.
occupied, yeah.
Yeah, but it was still a good game, and I thought it was cool.
Well,
I just never
Borderlands
finished
2, I don't know something clicked. This game is great. I really had a blast with it.
Well, I mean, because it's pretty much the same thing as 1, but they've just upped everything. They've made everything better.
It definitely seems like they've turned everything up to 11. The personality,
Yeah.
the shooting, everything. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's get right to it. It's a shooting game. All you do is shoot.
Yeah, and the shooting is great.
It
works. It's
very
fun.
solid.
Yeah, and all the guns in the game they're insane. How many? I can't even fathom how many
of
I've
guns.
come across so far.
This game is all about the guns. There are tons and tons
Yeah.
of different snipers, pistols, machine guns, anything you can think of. And they all look completely different. They all have their own names and attributes.
And every once in a while you come across that one really crazy one, and it's like the best day in the world.
It's such a
'Cause
fulfilling...
yeah, even if it's not the most rare gun, it's still just really cool just to find this cool gun. And I mean, that gun is cool for 5 minutes until you find a new one.
Until you find another gun, yeah.
Like when I first started playing, I was constantly running through my inventory. Okay, I'll drop this gun, get this one. Oh, I don't want this one anymore. I'll get this one.
That's what. Yeah, in the beginning, I felt I was almost like harebrained. Like I couldn't keep up with all the guns. I'm like, oh wait, but I have this one. But I have this one. Ugh. Towards the later half of the game, you really get stuck on your favorite set of guns, and you just keep them for a while.
Yeah, so I'm already there's 2 that are constantly in
in your cycle
that I always have, that I always bounce back between.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just I'm still looking for other ones. 'Cause I still don't have any the super rare ones
right.
And they're also the boss guns too that you get when you defeat a boss.
Yeah, you get that really good gun.
Those I feel aren't as good as they were in Borderlands.
I don't remember. Were they crazy guns in the first game?
I don't know. I just feel like they were better.
Yeah, because a lot of times I'll get a boss gun and it wouldn't be as good. But what are you gonna do?
Deal with it.
So you're constantly picking up all these new guns. You're constantly doing things. The game is relentlessly paced. It's great for pacing. You're always kept busy. Yeah. You can play for hours and not even realize. But there's also a ton of looting. The game is just looting. If you guys don't know, Borderlands is, I guess you can consider it kind of like a first-person gun RPG.
Shoot and loot.
Yeah, shoot and loot. All the guns have attributes. There's tons of loot. It's just looting. Yeah,
I think that's what really draws me into it, especially with Skyrim and Fallout 3. That's what I always loved. I wasn't really in it more for the story. I was in it more for what can I find?
Right.
I want my gun to be better than your guns. It was always that. And it's kind of the same with this, where it's just a story. It's nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in it more for just the guns. I want to find the better gun,
And that's a ton of fun.
Yeah, I'll clear the whole area and I'll run around the whole area. I have to open up every chest looking for any loot box I can find. I'm like a maniac. I just need
It's just it's fulfilling in your brain because it's they know what you want. They know what you want to do in the game. They know you like to pick up stuff. You like to shoot stuff. You like to get cool things to shoot people with. And it caters to that. It just gives into all your desires.
Yeah, it does. That's what keeps me up till 4 a.m. playing.
Now let's get into the story briefly. The story in the first one was kind of non-existent. I didn't really,
Yeah.
But this one is good. It's simple. It doesn't do too much, but it has a lot of good characters that I think get it through, and it's really awesome.
The personalities that you come across in this game are insane. Handsome Jack is by far my favorite. When he's shit talking you, while you're
I love it
while you're playing it. He names his horse Butt Stallion after you.
Yeah, in the beginning of the game.
He's really funny. Some of the other personalities you come across are really funny as well.
There's a lot of like really obnoxious,
Yeah.
like the humor in the game is very like lowbrow and obnoxious, but it's funny.
Oh, I think it's hysterical.
Claptrap is hilarious.
I would say between Claptrap, Handsome Jack, and Scooter, like
Yeah.
I can't handle like anything.
I
Like,
couldn't
it's so
even.
funny.
Oh man, like Claptrap is like SpongeBob kind of. He's kind of
Yeah.
like a more annoying
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Well, like in the beginning of the game, when you first get to the sanctuary,
Yeah.
like on the boat, on the freighter,
Yeah.
and he's just going on and on and on about like the,
He
like
just keeps
the
talking.
party. He doesn't
So
stop.
annoying.
And I stood there. I didn't move. I just took my hands off the controller.
but
and
it's
I
so
just,
funny.
I sat there and I was like, oh wow, like he's still going.
It's funny.
Yeah, and I sat there chuckling the whole time.
You also see a lot of people from the first game. You see Lilith. Later on, you see Mordecai and
You see all of
of
them.
Yeah, you do. You see Mordecai later on, but they all look really cool. They're all awesome.
I think it's really cool how they tied the first one, like the characters from the first one, into the story.
Yeah, I like that too.
You know, like
it gives it a little more.
Yeah,
oomph,
like
you know?
I'd seen them in the trailers, and I was like, oh, you're just gonna. I was like, it's gonna be like a quick cameo. You're gonna
Yeah.
see them really quick, but no, they were actually like
Yeah.
tied in, which is cool because I feel like in the first game they weren't really established as characters.
Yeah, you didn't even care about them. They were just player models.
Exactly.
really.
I think it's cool. They're like, oh, let's, because they were really cool characters. I thought.
Yeah, and they tie in really good to the story,
Yeah.
and especially towards the end, like Handsome Jack's motivations, like really take things to the next level. It really gets nuts. I'm not spoiling anything, but yeah,
The classes in the game are really cool as well. I mean, like their special abilities are pretty cool. Like the dual wielding with the Gunzerker is really cool.
he's great.
And the commando with the
The turret.
like the turret.
Mhm.
I mean, the commando is my favorite class because I'm very run in, guns blazing. Like I'm not
Yeah.
kind of like I'm not trying to hide back and like like snipe them all out. I just like I run in, turret down, grenades out, like go crazy.
Is that you're playing the game as a commando?
Yes.
Okay. I played through the entirety of the game as a commando, and I went back and I played with Gunzerker, who is awesome, totally different style. Dual wielding is great, and I also played as the Siren Myra, Maya, whatever. She's really great. I like that all the abilities are really simple, but you can upgrade them to be really awesome. But it's still
Yeah.
just simple to use, quick, you know.
And that's one thing I really like too is how like the upgrading, like the class system, like how it's completely revamped. It's like it's totally better.
Yeah.
And it actually makes a difference
Mhm.
between that and like the badass perks.
Oh yeah.
I love those too. And
Those
how
are great.
those affect every character.
Yeah, those are
So
really
you can
cool.
just keep on. You can beat the game 4 times, just each class,
Mhm.
and like as you get further like on with the 4th class, your character's just like unstoppable.
Yeah.
Because you have all these badass perks and stuff
I
like
love
that.
it.
Yeah, it's really good, and I love how everything like that it's all like.
Can we talk about how slick the menus are, like just for upgrading
Yeah.
and switching your weapons? That menu, all the menus and all the interfaces and everything are so easy to navigate, and it looks awesome.
Sometimes I'll start the game and I'll just stare at the main menu.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
really
just
cool.
watch Claptrap like running around going like ape shit.
Yeah,
in
and
the
you get to
back.
see your character, who you can customize a little bit.
Barely customized. The only
Yeah.
thing you really have to customize is you change the color of the clothes and you get like different heads.
Yeah, you can
That's
find
it.
more later in the game too,
Yeah.
which is good. You notice the Breaking Bad reference for Salvador?
No.
Salvador skins one of his heads is bald with a beard, and it's called Breaking Bald.
Is it really?
Yeah, I like that.
Did you notice?
Nice job.
Did you notice the Resident Evil 4 reference?
Yeah, yeah, I
What,
saw it.
what are you buying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. There was a Minecraft one too. I can't remember like what it was,
Really?
but
Oh, I
there's
gotta-
all kinds of good references.
I
This
don't-
game is very self-aware, hilarious. It looks great. Yeah, like we said, the graphics are great. The world is completely different now. Really good and huge.
Yeah, it's really big.
The driving is kind of annoying though. I really don't like the way the driving controls.
I personally love the driving, and
Okay.
playing it on PC, I thought I wasn't going to like it,
Okay.
just because everything on PC is just stupid with driving.
Yeah.
But I think it controls great. I think I love driving around.
It kind of controls like the Warhog and Halo, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's actually exactly how.
I
it
found
controls.
like the handbrake to be non-existent. Like I was like, what is the point of this?
Oh, I love the handbrake.
But I like.
I
that
think
you
it's
can-
all great, the driving.
I like that you can like change the colors and change the weapons on it and
Yeah.
deploy it and stuff. Of course, you're going to be spending a ton of time in this game. I know I've already spent upwards of I'm cooking on like 25 hours. I don't know about you, but you should play with a friend. Spend your time with a friend because you're going to be playing so much of this game. The co-op is great. Drop in, drop out.
And the way they did it too is really well. Where like if you're a lower class, if you're a higher class, like you're further than me, and I play with you, and we do the missions that you play, and like I beat those missions. Obviously, I have the option in my single player game to not play those missions,
Right.
Because I had it already beat them with you.
Very
obviously.
great.
And I
Nice
thought that was
handle.
really cool because there's been few. I don't know what games exactly, but I remember playing like some co-op games where
Sometimes it's a
I'd
mess.
run through like half the campaign with you, and I'd go back to the single player
And I have
campaign
to go home and play it.
and
yeah.
do it all over again, and you're not available 24/7 to play co-op, so I would have to just like space out my playing.
It was a nice oversight. Nice,
Yeah.
nice job, 2K.
Although I don't like how you have to split the loot.
Yeah. It's all right.
It's mine if I find it. That should be it. If I find it, it's mine.
It's all right.
That's how it should be.
So that's Borderlands 2. It's a big time waster. I don't want to say waster because it's time well spent.
It's a time consumer.
Time consumer. I've completed the single player, but there's still a ton of stuff to do. There's a ton of missions, side missions, things to explore. So definitely check this game out and definitely get to exploring because just do it. This game's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's definitely worth checking out. If you're gonna buy it, make sure you buy it with a friend or 2 or 3.
Definitely.
And because it just makes the game 10 times as good, and I love it.
So let us know what you guys think of Borderlands 2 if you're playing it in the comments, and also let us know what your loadout is. What's your favorite gun? What are the specs? Let us know in the comments. That's pretty much it.
Handsome Jack is gonna kill us all unless you can stop him.